Hey, excuse my sort of disheveled look, I have to go get a haircut pretty soon, but I'll give you the quick TLDR because I'm probably going to ramble for the rest of the video. So first things first, History of Vanguard, that'll be coming back in February, sometime like late February. We'll be doing Illusionary of Shadows or whatever it's called. If you know anyone that's selling a box of that in English, please let me know. I'm looking desperately to try and get my hands on that, to do an unboxing for that set. Otherwise, we're going to be doing Dazzling Divas alongside that set, because they came out around the same time. So that'll be coming out, you know, towards the end of February-ish. We're going to take January sort of off, and then we'll, you know, get back on schedule after that. When it comes to like the history fight videos or the retro fight videos, I'm not sure which one I'm going to end up calling those. That'll be coming back as well. You'll be seeing a lot of those throughout the year, because the plan is to basically by the end of the year, December, to catch up with the History of Vanguard videos. So the plan is to have the unboxing for the set that I'm going over, the video for the set that I'm going over, and then a fight video for the set that we're going over, right? So that'll all be in like 1 week, and that should all finally line up on the end of the year, and the end of the year we'll have a really big one, so please look forward to that. The streams will probably be coming back at the end of January-ish, probably around the same time as like Dear Days 2. We're going to be changing up the format quite a lot. I might be only streaming once a week for like maybe a slightly longer, like 3 hours or something like that. We'll see. And yeah, the schedule is going to, not the schedule, the way things, the format is going to be different, because usually what I was doing was I was covering the reveals. Might not be doing that, we'll see. But that'll be in the end of January. Streams will start up again. Dear Days. Dear Days will be getting covered on the channel, whether I like it or not. So expect a lot of videos on Dear Days at the end of this month when the game releases. I think it's the 30th. Or the 28th, something like that. And I guess really quickly, I guess the main goal that I have for the channel this year is to try and double the number of subscribers. That's been the goal since the first time, right? I managed to get it the first 2 times. This time last year, I did not hit the goal. The goal I wanted to set was to hit 2,000 subs. I was like 10 shy, which is a bit unfortunate. We're gonna try and make up for those 10 this year and then double what I have. So I'm gonna try and aim for 4,000 by the end of the year. We'll see if we can make it. And that does it for all the quick summary updates. You know, if that's all you really cared about, you got that. I'm probably going to just ramble. I'll probably be a little bit more personal the rest of the video if you want to stick around for that. So starting with History of Vanguard, it's, you know, in general, 2024 was not a good year for me. But History of Vanguard was also something that did not pan out how I wanted to. Because I wanted to do a lot more of those throughout the year, but I only ended up doing, I think, like 2 or 3 of them or something like that, which is a bit unfortunate. Maybe I did more. I don't know, but I was supposed to do a lot more of those. I was supposed to be a lot further. That was the plan. I had a schedule and everything. Did not get to do it. Partly my fault, partly matters out of my control. But we'll try and see if we can have a more steady pace going into 2025. It's pretty funny. I've been going to like BCSs, and people have actually recognized me, and the majority of people, they recognize me for the History of Vanguard videos, which is cool. Really like to see that people are enjoying those videos. It's not necessarily the type of series that I wanted to be known for, per se. Like, it's a good thing when you make something and people know you for that one thing, right? Like, that's a good thing. That means that the thing you're making is, it's good, it's recognizable, right? People enjoy it, they look forward to it. Like, I've gotten to the point where, like, I know I've made it with History of Vanguard where people go to streams or comments and of my videos, and I'd be like, hey, yo, doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. Doesn't matter what any of this shit is. When's the next History of Vanguard video coming out, right? So I finally have those people, which is, you know, just means that people want to see it, and also kind of a sign that, like, you know, that series has made it. Though I'm a bit hesitant to say it that way, because I kind of wish it was something that I would, I'd put in a little bit more of myself into it, I guess, because History of Vanguard is just kind of just me to, you know, Obelisk Simplified is just me kind of regurgitating things that happened, right? It's just like a history lesson. There's not like a lot that I'm putting in other than like the editing. And the editing is part of the thing that I was going to like stop doing in 2025, because the original goal was to do the set 4 video at the end of the year, and then switch over to like a slightly new format and have an editor for the rest of the videos, because like I just can't take the editing. It just takes so much, right? But I'm just being kind of stubborn, partially because like I've been doing this on my own for so long, it's kind of like a pride thing where it's like I'm a one-man show kind of deal, right? Like I do my own editing, scripting, all that stuff. Only recently I gotten help with the script editing. That's really the only outside help that I mainly receive, right? I think I've done like one thumbnail that's been commissioned, and I think that's about it. Maybe another one, I don't know. So I think it's part of that, and just sort of finding the right person that jives while not actually looking for them actively. But we'll see what happens in 2025. I still end up doing that. We'll see how the next video comes out. If it still is too much, then yeah, I'll probably see if I can try and get an editor for that. But I'd like to say that I'd like to spend some of this year trying to find out what it is, a series that I put more of myself into that I'd like to be known for, but 2024 was a really weird year for me. So I don't know if I'm going to really be able to do that. Like, it's been weird for the last couple of years, right? Like, and it's kind of the same for everyone, but also for me, where like I spent a lot of time, just sort of in this fight or flight moment for like the last, I wouldn't say last, but like for 5 years or something like that, 7 years in a row. Doing a lot of different things, and then that finally changed, right? I got my transplant, things were like, okay. So that happened in like 2021, on top of the pandemic happening, all that stuff. 2021 was good, right? Things started going on the up and up. So 2021 it was at the end of 2021. So 2022 was kind of like the recovery year, getting things back on track. And 2023 was supposed to be sort of like getting things back into motion. But 2023 was actually really good, because I did a lot of like, I sort of did a lot more than I expected to, right? I got on track and surpassed that, which was really good. So I was hoping that in 2024, that would be the year, right? Where like I'd finally get everything back on track, and then even further beyond, right? To go way further. And that didn't really happen, because I kind of exhausted myself at the end of 2023. So going into 2024 early on, I was kind of like, all right, maybe I'll slow down a little bit. And then I never got a chance to actually pick it back up, because it had a lot of different things happening. I got sick at one point. My family got sick. I had a death in the family. So I just had I was in the hospital way too many times, right? In the first half of the year, or later first half and like most of the middle half, there was just way too much stuff going on, right? So because of that, I feel like a lot of my content sort of suffered, right? It was a lot of like start and stop, where like sometimes I'd have a good streak and then I'd stop and like all that kind of jazz. And, it's partly because of what the year was like for me. And then it was partly just because of poor planning and just a lot of overambition on my part. So that's partly why I want to say like I'm sorry for 2024 being the way that it was. Hopefully 2025 will be better. I'm going into 2025 like taking it being smarter about it, I guess, right? Being a little bit more knowledgeable about my limits, while at the same time sort of not. But I'm gonna try and see what we can do this year. Make ideally more consistent content, right? Because that was what I think was really good about 2023 that I completely dropped in 2024, which is kind of like okay, because the original plan was for this channel to be like something that I do like a video a week or something like that, and then it ballooned up to being like sometimes 4 videos a week, regularly 3 videos a week kind of deal. And a lot of times I'll have so many ideas that I don't have the weeks to like put them in and get them out in time, and I have to drop ideas just because it's like, oh well, no one cares about this idea anymore. But yeah, I'm just rambling. So yeah, I just want to do better in 2025, but also have this sort of like if 2023 was recovery, 2024 was whatever that was. The like word for 2025 is instead it's like releasing restraints, if that makes sense. Because at the same time, while I noticed that I was not doing the greatest I can be, I've also realized that I've sort of been holding myself back in a lot of different situations, or not situations, a lot of different areas of my life. So I kind of want to explore releasing those restraints in 2025. Whether or not that impacts the channel or anything like that is a different story. Part of it, yes. Mostly no. It's mostly more personal things, but you'll probably see it, or not explicitly see it, but it will affect the content, but we'll see. So those are like really the only goals, I guess, that I have for 2025, at least that I'll mention here. That, you know, I want to try and double up the number of subscribers, and then try and see if we can, you know, break through my limits, right? And be the best me that I can be. Because other than that, I don't think I can really confidently say any other goals, considering I had like a bunch for 2024, and I accomplished, I think, none of them. Absolutely none of them, because I know I wanted to hit 2,000, didn't do that. I wanted to catch up with History of Vanguard to the point where G was done, didn't do that. I wanted to I had a new goal of opening up each booster set on the channel. Ended up not doing that. Ended up not wanting to do that because I was having so much trouble getting product for many times throughout 2024 that I just kind of did not want to even open product anymore, right? What else did I have as a goal? I think I wanted to make more of an impact or something. I forgot how exactly I worded that. I don't know if I really did that. And I wanted to help communities, specifically in like Latin America and like with women. I didn't do any of that. The closest I did was I started the Discord server, right, the drop zone. But I didn't actively do any of the things that I actually wanted to do in 2024. So I guess another TLDR, I guess, for it is just 2024 sucked. Gonna do better in 2025. Hope you guys stay tuned for that.